Today's cupcake is from the world premiere food court at the All-Star Movies Resort. This is Amber, and she's going to tell us about today's cupcake.
Hi guys! So this one is our movie's icon. It's a chocolate cupcake with some chocolate mousse on top. And then we have our pumpkin cheesecake, which is probably my favorite thing here. It is a regular cheesecake with pumpkin spice frosting on top.
Yeah.
It looks great.
It is.
Thank you, Amber.
Probably the best thing here.
Okay, so Amber told you already that this is the movie icon cupcake. Again, we saw this first on Disney Food Blog. AJ's here to get more cupcakes than we are, I think. But hers is entirely food related and, well, used to be. So this should be a dome of chocolate mousse here and a chocolate cupcake. Now, we also got a pumpkin cheesecake, and Annie does not like pumpkin or cheesecake. So somehow I have to try to divide this. I think I'm maybe going to cut it in half, and then Art and I will share one half, because this is a pretty big cupcake. And he and I are going to get to share that.
Boy, it looks pretty springy.
Yeah, the cupcake is pretty, just a fluffy cupcake. Ah, oh no, I do not want hands, oh no. This bright frosting is a pain. The mousse is very fluffy. The frosting is cold, so it's dense.
I like that.
So it's kind of interesting. We've got like fluffy, dense, fluffy. That's probably why it was hard to cut through. Amber said it was chocolate overload. I have had more chocolate in some of the fudge-centered ones, but this is nice. The mousse is very light, but very chocolatey. The cake is just a nice, dense, basic chocolate cupcake. So far, I'm enjoying this. Since we chose not to get any sort of seasonal cupcake, although the seasonal cupcakes now are all Christmas already, we thought a pumpkin cheesecake looked really good. Amber said it's just cheesecake on the bottom with a pumpkin frosting, and Annie doesn't like pumpkin or cheesecake, so Art and I get the whole thing between the two of us.
Well, I kind of like pumpkin and cheesecake.
Me too. So, boink. Ooh. Oh, I guess that's just a little bit of frosting came down on the knife. Okay. It's got a good pumpkin spice scent to it. Smells good. The flavors blend really well. You can see it's a very soft cheesecake. So it really is kind of just a mouthful of like thick fluff, but it tastes really good. Well, the Mickey, or the movie icon, I keep wanting to call it Mickey because of the red on top, but the movie icon cupcake was very nice. It was interesting because the fluffy chocolate mousse is on top of a hard layer of cold frosting, which is on top of a fluffy chocolate cupcake. So it was kind of hard to divide, but we managed. The cupcake was a perfectly fine, fluffy chocolate. The frosting was better than Halloween night, that's for certain.
That wouldn't be all that hard.
No. The mousse was the star of that. If you like chocolate mousse, this was a good one. Not overly sweet, very light, very chocolatey, just delightful. I think they tried too hard with some of the colors, so the presentation wasn't quite as perfect as it could have been. The idea was fantastic though, so I'm still going to give it a 7 on presentation. Probably wow, the cupcake was probably only a 5 or 6, but the mousse really added, so I'm going to give it an 8 on flavor. Now the pumpkin cheesecake, it's not a cupcake, I know that, but wow. Little bit of pumpkin spice inside the cheesecake. It had a very thin, like a sugar cookie base. So I definitely got maybe a little vanilla, maybe a little almond, but sugar cookie flavor. And then she called it pumpkin frosting on top, but I think it was more of a pumpkin mousse. Very thick, very pumpkin-y. The whole thing together tasted like a pumpkin pie, and it was fantastic. 8 on presentation. I loved the colors and the little crumbles on top. Probably a 9 or a 10 on flavor. That was really, really good. So if you're anywhere close to the All-Star movies and you like cheesecake or pumpkin, come and get this before it's gone.
If you want a good cupcake, it's awfully hard to go wrong if you come to the All-Star Resorts. And we really scored this time. The movie icon cupcake was delightful. The chocolate cake itself was delicious, and the mousse on top was the real star. It was some delicious chocolate mousse. I just loved it. It was a pretty cupcake. On presentation, I'd give it an 8. On taste, I'd give it a 9. Would I come back to get this cupcake? You bet I would. We also had a cheesecake. Wow. The cheesecake was outstanding. The cheesecake itself, part of it, had a slight pumpkin spice flavor to it, which was nice. And the mousse on top tasted just like pumpkin pie, only with a mousse kind of texture. It was just great, and it was beautiful too. On presentation, I'd give it a 9. On taste, let's put it to the top. It was a 10. I would get that again and again, and I'd probably lick the plate. We're here on the Day of the Dead, and look at these great outfits we found. Wow. And look at these, you ladies, you're just lovely.
Good evening from Epcot. We were gonna come in and do Epcot Forever, but I'm just not feeling really great tonight. So we've changed our fast passes. We're gonna just go and get our coasters and our magnets. We have finally made it 4 times to Food and Wine.
We're getting in line for our cast holder magnets and coasters, but the line is really, really, really long. In fact, the line is so long that it takes 2 cast members just to keep a path open so you can get into the electric umbrella.
We made it through the line.
It was a long, long line.
It really was. Thank heavens we could get the coasters and the magnets in the same place.
That line went down and came back and went down and came back and went down again. It was a long line.
It was crazy. It actually ended up being about 4 different lines as they parted us to let crowds through. It was that kind of a line. But then my toe started hurting. If y'all remember, I did break my toe back in April, and some days it just doesn't like me to be on my feet much. So I think we made the right decision.
Yeah, I think so. We had a lovely time at the All-Star Resorts. We met some new friends from England, and the cupcakes and the cheesecake were just wonderful.
Yeah, they really, really were. So it's kind of a shame my stomach has started hurting. I don't think it's the cupcakes. I think I'm just still recovering. I've been out of town for quite a while, so it may just take a little while for me to recover now. But it's been a good day anyway, and we hope you enjoy this video.
If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, hit that notification button, subscribe, leave comments, and with that said, I'm Art.
I'm Elizabeth.
And this is Our Life on the Go.